How far will $100 take you in an EV and an ICE vehicle? Following on from my video regarding the 12 cheapest EVs in Australia, I'm going to go on to a report that has come out from Zutobi entitled the EV Miles Report 2022, which looks at which EV is the most economical to charge and drive. This study was done in the USA, and it shows that the Tesla Model 3 long range was the cheapest, followed by the Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive, and the third car was the Hyundai Ioniq Electric. That's not the Ioniq 5, it's the smaller car, the Ioniq Electric. So as I've said, this study was done in the US. Electricity prices there vary greatly. So I'm going to now take some of those figures and convert it into Australian dollars and look at how far can an EV get on $100 Australian and compare that to an ICE vehicle. I'm going to do this for 4 vehicles. The Tesla Model 3 long range, because it came out top. The Model 3 rear wheel drive, because that came out second. The Hyundai Ioniq Electric, because that was third. And then the Hyundai Ioniq Kona, which was a couple down. But some of those cars that were in that American report are just not available in Australia. And then I'm going to compare that to an ICE vehicle. Doesn't matter if it's petrol or diesel. I'm not going to pick any particular car. What I'm going to do is to pick 4 different fuel economy figures. In Australia, we refer to it as litres per 100k. In America and in the UK, you refer to it as miles per gallon. So I'll just give you a quick conversion as we go. But I'll be taking 4, 6, 8 and 10 litres per 100k, which varies from 58 miles per gallon in the US down to 23 miles per gallon US figures. I've chosen those because 4 is pretty damned economical for a vehicle in this country, and 10, that's about the average actually for Australia. So we're going to go up to the average. So I've chosen the much more economical petrol and diesel cars. So let's take a look at the ICE vehicles first. 4 litres per 100k. Now I've chosen 3 price points for the fuel. $1.50 Australian per litre, $2 per litre and $2.50 per litre. At the moment, the fuel prices have been skyrocketing. Recently, we had an announcement from our federal government that knocked 22 cents per litre off the fuel excise duty, and the prices have dropped from well over $2 a litre to around the 160 to 180 per litre. So I've taken, once again, $1.50, $2 and $2.50. $1.50 is what it was. $2.50 is probably going to be what it'll go up to later on in the year. As you can see, at $4 per 4 litres per 100 kilometres, at the cheaper end, you can get 1,667 kilometres. I'll put up miles and miles per gallon for outside of the metric system people. If you're paying $2 a litre, you're going, that's not right, you're going to get 1,286. And at $2.50 a litre, you will get 1,000 kilometres for your $100, which isn't too bad. To get 1,600 kilometres for $100 at 4 litres per 100k, yeah, you'd probably be quite happy with that. The trouble is, if you start to go up and get a little bit more thirsty car, And a lot of cars that say, oh, we'll give you 4.1 litres per 100k, you're never going to get it. You'll be more like 6. But if we go up to the average, which is 10 litres per 100 kilometres, or 23 US miles per gallon, 28 British miles per gallon, you can see that even at the cheaper end of the petrol, you're going to get 667 kilometres. If petrol hits $2 a litre again, you're only going to get 500 kilometre range. Not quite so good, is it? The price of electricity in Australia is fairly stable. I've chosen what we've got in Western Australia for the EV tariff, which is 20 cents nighttime, 30 cents daytime. I've also put in 51 cents for the Tesla supercharger rate. So you get an evening rate, a daytime rate, and the Tesla supercharger rate. There are some other tariffs around which use slightly less, cost slightly more. You can get it for 14, 15 cents a unit, up to about 50 cents a unit. But this is a fairly average sort of price. So let's just take a look at how far you can go for $100 in an EV. If you take the Tesla Model 3 long range at the prices here, if you charge it overnight, you're going to get almost 3,500 kilometers, which is more than double, so it's half the price to run. If you get it at the 30 cents, you're going to get just under 2,300, still cheaper than a 4 litres per 100k car. If you get the Tesla supercharging only and you're paying 51 cents, you're going to get 1,345 kilometers. If you look down at the Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive, the Hyundai Ioniq Electric, and the Hyundai Kona EV, you're going to get very, very, very similar figures. I did this for the rear-wheel drive at about 140 watt-hours per kilometre, the Model 3 160, and the two Ioniqs at whatever they said that they could do. So you're getting fairly similar figures across the whole range. This makes driving an EV great economical sense. You're going to get far further for your money in an EV than in a petrol or diesel car, even if it's a very, very, very economical diesel car. Remember, these are Australian dollars, Australian prices for fuel, for electricity. There's going to be some variation once again from state to state. It's the same in America, different states, different prices. But over here, they're fairly consistent across the board. So this is just an average. You can easily work it out what your price is going to be. So it works out cheaper to run an EV than it does to run an ICE vehicle. Hope you found this helpful. See ya.